Okay, funny story. So this morning I got up early and I filmed something and I was so excited and I loved the content, and then I went to go edit it and it's from the chin up. So keep that in mind as you're watching. Just pretend like you can see my whole self. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm gonna post it anyway. I asked on Instagram how many of you would still like to see the video, and I got a resounding yes that most of you would like to see it. So I'm gonna post it anyway. Hope you enjoy. Today I want to dispel the myth that you need some kind of fancy, expensive funnel software to be able to build a functional funnel. I see this a lot with clients where I will come in and I'll notice that they have like 4 different accounts with all these different platform builders and funnel builders. And my question almost always is like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? You do not need fancy funnel software. You do not need to pay a premium monthly price in order to build a functional funnel. Now, granted, there is a place for those types of platforms, and certainly I think you would only need 1, not 4. But for today's video, I want to talk about how you can go about building that funnel without using a really expensive high-end funnel builder software. In fact, if you're willing to do a little bit of the work in-house, some of this stuff can be completely free using tools you already have. So what is a funnel? A funnel is a multi-step process that your potential client will go through in order to purchase something from you or download something from you. And essentially, from your perspective internally, what it looks like is several different web pages that all lead together with this invisible string connecting them. So let's go through the typical steps that you can find within a funnel. And I want you to pay attention to each one and identify what software or programs or website do I already own that I can use and implement here instead of going off and feeling like I need to buy another piece of software to do this. So the first step really is the landing page. It's also sometimes called a squeeze page. If you're selling something, it's called a sales page. So a sales page can be built on any web platform. This could be built out on WordPress if you already have WordPress. It could be built out even on free websites like Wix and things like that. And how you do that essentially is you just build it like you would any other site, with the exception of it potentially won't have a menu, because for sales and landing pages, you don't necessarily want the potential client to be clicking around on the website. You really want them to have one choice. They read this and they can click on this button, or they can enter their information here, and that's it. That's the whole purpose of a landing page or a squeeze page. So you build it out just like you would any other web page, right? You put in your blocks, you put in your text, you put in your images. The only difference is you would put a box or a form on that page that would lead them to a place where they can purchase or download something. So if you are offering something for free, this would be an opt-in box. This is where you can collect their name, their email, whatever information you need, and it will go to your email service. Things like MailChimp, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, Flowdesk, I mean, like, you name it, there's a million of them. If your website doesn't have a form builder, you can actually go to your email service provider and use one of their forms and just embed it with code in your website. Or a lot of these email service providers have landing page builders within them. So if you want to make it really easy on yourself and you don't want to host it on your website, you can actually build it out on the email service provider's website. In fact, you could redirect a URL that you own to a landing page within your email service provider. So they land on the landing page, whether you host it yourself, whether you have it hosted on the email service provider. They see the little box. Again, if they're opting in for something free, they enter their name and email. The place that it gets a little complicated is when you are going to make a sale. So when you go to make a sale, you need some kind of checkout process. So let's say you're using something like Stripe. This is true for most payment processors online, but with Stripe, you can create a product and a product link. So what you would do is create your offer within Stripe. What is it? How much does it cost? And then you would generate a link for that product that you would post or put in a button form on the website or landing page. So you built the landing page, you have your form, you have your box, you have your button, whatever it is that you have. Your client clicks on that, maybe they pay for the service or they enter in their name and email, and then what happens to them? So once you've set up your product page and you've set up your opt-in box or whatever it is that you're gonna do, one of the options, no matter what you're building, will be, where do you want this person to go after they hit submit? After they submit their name and email, after they make their payment, Where do you want them to land? And this is where you build a thank you page. For places like Stripe, they have like an automated thanks for your purchase, we'll be in touch kind of a thing. Or you can forward them to a page on your website that gives more detail, that tells them thank you, that tells them what to be expecting from you. The final piece of all of this is the automation, because this is where a lot of people get hung up. Okay, I can accept payments via Stripe. Okay, I can have people opt in to my free lead magnet, but now what? There's a few options here. First of all, you could manually, depending on what your load is, you could manually go in and send emails to these people or to add them into your CRM or whatnot. That's a lot of manual labor and not necessary. Also, not to mention, if someone purchases something, let's say on Friday at 8 p.m., if you're not back in the office till Monday, that person's not going to get any email from you until Monday morning, right? So this is where a service like Zapier or Make or Pabbly comes in handy. And there are so many of these, by the way. If you're on WordPress, they have plugins for them. Basically, what they do is they integrate different pieces of software together. They make them talk to each other. So let's say someone purchases something on Stripe. They have to enter in their name and email when they make that purchase. But unless you go in manually to Stripe and pull their name and email and put it into your email provider, that's not going to go there, right? So what you can do is go into the service like Zapier, and you can say, every time someone makes a purchase here, I want their name and email to get put in my CRM, in my email list, and I want it to tag them with this specific tag. And then within your email service provider, you can set up a series of emails that can go out to that person. If they purchase something, maybe the first email is congratulations for purchasing. Here's the link to the thing that you bought, or here's when we start our classes. If they downloaded something for free and just opted into your email list, maybe the first email that goes out is thanks for subscribing. Here's the link to the free blueprint that I promised you. So all those automations can be built out within pretty much any email service provider that you have. And from there, what you do with those contacts is completely up to you. I hope this helped. I know that it was a lot, but I just wanted to show you there are ways to build funnels with what you already have without purchasing these expensive funnel softwares. If you're already getting hundreds and hundreds of clients and you need the automation, you need the systems, choose one and go with it. But if you're not quite there yet, I promise you can save more money and have more control of your leads if you do it on your own. Please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I will see you next time. You've got this.